All right, maybe before we start, can we have a show of hands who is using Twitter in this room right now?
Twitter.
Anyone? All right, hello, Jel. All right, basically, if you are using and you're familiar with how Twitter is used nowadays, you can follow @SG, the hashtag. And I think now a lot of people are streaming the tweets now. If you want, you can just search that hashtag and you can see everyone talking about it.
So let's do some introduction.
Let's do an introduction. All right, just as a... Can we start?
Yes.
All right, sorry. All right, my name is Hisham. I am a.k.a. Hisham Sensei. Shamelessly, I made my own t-shirt. So this was 3 years ago I did it, so I thought today is a good time to use it. You are?
I'm Taksun. There's no name behind. Yeah, we are all both teachers. I'm teaching in primary school, and Hisham is in secondary school. And this is the first time we see each other.
Yeah, this is the first time we met. We actually met at 12 o'clock, and we were stuck in the car park and things like that. So anyway, the whole reason why we are doing this, basically just to give you a heads up, we had no time to meet. We had marking to do, we had SSOE to do, we had setting papers to do. We are regular teachers, basically. But what we do is, we found out that using Twitter is a good way for us to ignite our passion in teaching again. Because we find there's a lot of users in Twitter, especially the people who are using Twitter to teach and to learn. Okay, so we joined this 3 years ago, somewhere there?
Yeah, kind of. We have embarked on this journey quite informally and quite incidentally, because Twitter, I think to most of us, 140 characters, follow people, people follow you. It can't link up to education. Yeah. Most of us, I think, in the first place for me, I can't link up as well. I just go to Twitter to just try out, just fool around.
We were basically noobs for 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
But suddenly we started talking to people. We started talking to Izzat Majid, who's in Brunei.
Yeah.
We started talking to Shell Terrell, who's in America.
Yes.
And basically everywhere. Later we'll show you the stream, how it's working. And actually we shamelessly ask people to say where they are from. So you see a lot of countries involved. So maybe you want to start first?
So the whole thing about Twitter is about hashtagging. Hashtag. So basically, you see the hex in front of this EDSG. So in the first place, when we started off Twittering, we saw this trend of foreign educators, anyone on Twitter using hashtags. We were quite puzzled, we were quite interested. How does this thing work? So basically, when you go Twitter, you tweet anything, it ends with or starts with this hashtag. It basically acts as a search, keyword search thing. Yes. So people can search using this, anything you put behind the hashtag. So when it all started off, I see people doing this. I quite puzzled. And then that's where I got to know some teachers and educators overseas. They have been using it for quite some time. And they have been using hashtag, edchat, edtag. Just now Colin was sharing about this Twitter. The kids are using it. So I think our presentation quite linked up with that. So this is for teachers. So how we use this hashtag to share things that we enjoy doing or any links related to education. So when we started off, I think we are the pioneers, the so-called pioneers, the first people who use this EDSG. ED basically means education, SG means Singapore. So it started off with a few people. We retweet as well. Retweet means basically you broadcast others people tweet. So basically it works like that. Then it kind of getting more people on board. Yeah, and then Hisham was there. We tried to tweet and retweet each other's tweets to get things going. And we also joined in the very unearthly hours with people from America, 1 a.m. every Tuesday. Yesterday night. Not every Tuesday. We occasionally we go there and chat with people. Yeah, basically, edchat, EDCHAT, edchat. This is hashtag is for the educators overseas to chat on common topics. They have a poll before this session goes on at 1 a.m. To them is I think it's afternoon.
Yes, it's 12 noon and
12
7 p.m. American time.
Yeah, so American time. So basically for us it's really unearthly hours
We have to
unless
work.
we watch soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have weekly topics which are put online for the network to poll. So when the time is 1 a.m., educators all over the world go into Twitter and use this hashtag, not this edchat hashtag, to chat, to discuss about education, things related to education. Basically, mostly American educators.
Yeah.
Mostly American educators.
So maybe because we could not stay up so late every Tuesday because we have work on Wednesdays. And so yesterday I just had to, after a long time I've not been on edchat, let's go in. So I stayed up until 4 a.m. I think. It's crazy. So I'm a bit phased out. But the thing is, the reason why we're using it is because we had to find one just for Asian time zone and specifically for Singapore. So and we know Singaporean teachers are very innovative, especially in their tech. And if you hear from what people are saying outside Singapore, they really believe that that we are very high tech, which I totally believe too. We are very high tech teachers. The only thing is that we are not on Twitter like they are. And sometimes when you go to edchat, like yesterday, they were talking about whether hierarchy is important in leadership and things like that, which I want to stay out of because that's not really Singaporean stuff. It's American, so it's a very American centric. So we try to bring it more local. So we are trying to bring people in, but there's no way we can force people to come. It has to be voluntarily, basically, like how we did.
Yeah.
And hopefully today we can impress you a bit what we find and the kind of people we make friends with. All right? And okay, so when we have this at SG, we figured that because I went to this EduCamp SG, I think at Pratima, or Pratima organized last year, and I was blown away by the interactivity and all. And I just wanted to follow up from that, and maybe I was suggesting maybe we have a weekly session. But then to do all these things, we need a lot of coordination. So that's when we decided to create a Twitter handle. Twitter handle means an account. Twitter handle called @_SG. @SG is taken by a person called @. So you can use @SG. So anyway, so basically, it's just basically @SG. Who tweets there? Basically, I talked to the there's this guy who created group tweet. So basically, what happens is whoever I link up to this site, and if they add SG, their tweets will automatically come into this account, and you can see it stream in this account. So so the people we included is just the people we met. Maybe we included Ashley, included Sean TM, if you know his nick. We included Justin Reyes, who's a Google IT specialist and Glockster ambassador, and me and you basically, because we're trying to start it up, and most likely it's going to grow. Hopefully it'll grow because it's just tweeting about things that's going to help you in school, whether you're learning or you're teaching or things like that. So both of us, we are regular teachers. We learn. We want to learn. We are lifelong learners by default because we have to learn all these kids' behaviors left and right, and things can be quite tough sometimes. But then we go to edchat and suddenly you see all these amazing people talking about their teaching. And what we do is just retweet.
Yeah, retweet.
Because we think this is quite interesting, and whoever's following us, whoever the small number that's following us, can share, can use the resources that we have. So so that's basically what it is. How this is going to go about, how we're going to use this account is still up in the air because we have not really talked in detail with Ashley and Sean and things like that because basically we choked the name first. We don't want anyone to use the name because Twitter is sometimes people take the names and they use fake IDs and start tweeting about weird stuff. Yeah. So we try to err on the side of caution. We take it first before we publicize it, which is today. Yeah, sorry, we're actually launching it on Total Defense Day today. So anyway, so our chat is very short. Actually, we had no time to prepare also, but we did everything via Twitter. We made a point that we don't want to meet. We don't want. I mean, it's not that we don't want to meet, but he stays in the west, I stay in the east, so meeting is a bit tough. So we have to go online. We have to leave it. We have to live the Twitter life. So basically, our presentation here is totally up via Twitter. And why sometimes you don't see it on our public timeline is because we direct message each other. So to keep you all in surprise and surprise you all. So basically, we came out with this. We were thinking about a good time to have it because having midnight in America, 12 noon in America means midnight for us. But then we have to find a certain time that maybe when they wake up, they can still see our tweets and they can join in as well. I mean, Singapore, I heard there's this Singapore-USA collaboration going on, some memorandum of understanding. So maybe this is one of the ways we can hook up. Although this is not official, obviously, it's done by teachers, for teachers. So I think MOE is using this also. I believe. Yeah, we'll show you later. MOE is using edSG as well. After Taksun did a very good article about how...
It was a complaint actually.
Yeah, it's a complaint because people are using SG EDU to send fake tweets and start random rants. And we thought like, okay, that's a bit dodgy lah. I think we should stop all these things. So we started edSG and apparently MOE followed. And I think that's a very welcoming sign. So on Tuesdays, we're trying to get as many people as possible because Twitter works by having a certain critical mass, and later I will show you how the mass works. Basically Tuesdays 8 to 9. Why we chose that time? Because we thought in the afternoon people still have their CCAs. Yeah. I'm talking about regular teachers, CCAs, meetings, SSOEs, and things like that. And it's very tough to get the teachers on board because there's so many things to do, and we are like octopus. We have so many things. But when we go home after dinner, we thought 8 o'clock would be a good time. Maybe after, you just relax and get a 1 hour break. So what we do every Tuesdays, 8 to 9, we are hoping people will join in. And maybe we create a topic, maybe we do some kind of tweet poll. We can follow edchat's poll. Sometimes the topics can be relevant to us as well.
I think for the first time, we just go on, they just chat it out.
Basically, we'll see how. There's 1 week to go until next Tuesday. Hopefully we have enough numbers. And basically what will happen is either you or me will do a poll, and we will use the edchat topics, and if you have enough numbers, then you can see who's voting for what topic to be discussed about on that day. So we are looking for moderators. We're looking for people who can be the admins for edchat doing edSG sessions, and hopefully this will help the newbies who are new to Twitter. There's a lot of people new to Twitter, and I believe it's going to get more and more very soon. I mean, people say it's big ready Twitter, but I don't know. I think we both feel like it's just getting started, and hopefully when people get in, there's a lot of things we have to be careful of. Twitter, it's not just a easy platform to just talk about anything. So maybe we can do this here, and we can talk about the precautions when you use social media or Facebook or LinkedIn or LinkedIn is quite professional, so it's okay. Get Twitter. Basically, I'm not really a Facebook user. I have some things about Facebook I don't like, but when it comes to talking to students, Twitter might not be the best way to discuss things with them because Twitter is an open platform. And if you are if you know the scene happening on Twitter now, last week or so, some of our schools, they have actually, the kids have started the hashtag, and the kids start making disparaging remarks like, today my teacher beat me up, something like that. Yeah. So, and the worst thing is, it trended in Singapore, and it trended globally.
Basically, trending means a lot of people post the same hashtag, and then it kind of appear on the homepage of this Twitter. It becomes a worldwide phenomenon. In fact, I'm from Rulang Primary School last year. Just to share a little bit, on the day itself, we have a top student, so it was quite a nice occasion. But the kids used my school name, Rulang, and then post a lot of funny tweets, and it trends. But in a negative way. Oh, okay. It's like a negative way. So
maybe to see the good side is because I'm from Pingi Sec. Shameless plug again. Pingi Sec, we also had a top student for NA. Okay, top student. And the thing is that the kids were tweeting good stuff, which is good. So there's good and bad. So the thing is for us, we have to understand this new world. It's a new world of communication right now. And you don't have to use it. You don't have to even register. You can just observe. Observe, and I suggest you don't hit the kids too much because they themselves don't understand the extent of the exposure. And I believe when I see their tweets, some of them are quite nonsense. But I believe they think it's like Facebook, where there's privacy. I think a lot of people should know how Facebook works, but not many people know how Twitter works. And I think we can guide them, but like I said, we try to err on the side of caution, try not to use Twitter yet with them. So what we can do is be careful of what we say, because Twitter has this mantra, tweet responsibly, is it? Yeah. I think that's one of their first mottos. Yeah. Tweet responsibly, because for real, for sure, if you tweet something wrong, you can go to jail. I think some people got to jail for whatever reason. But this is not to scare you, because of course, whatever you say, there has consequences to whatever you say. So as a teacher and as a public servant, we have to understand that we have professionalism to uphold. And if possible, we try not to tweet political stuff. We try to tweet, let's not talk about policies too much, because there are some boundaries we have to follow as well. I mean, the environment is very grey now, because we don't know how we're going to approach social media, especially this year. This year is quite high number of people using it now. So,
live demo.
Oh, okay, yeah, live demo. All right, so okay, that's all. And be careful of fake followers. They may follow you, but they are actually some of them are porn sites and things like that, scams. So what we do is we always block and report spam all the time. When people send you messages, doesn't mean they're a friend. So that's where edchat can help the newbies get past this. So maybe we show you a shot of the live tweets. I'm having Mr. Madarami Imran, his name. He's helping me tweet. He is involved in SPED chat, which is Special Education Chat, and he's trying to start SPED SG, Special Education in Singapore. So hopefully it works for him. So that's another plug for you. So just to give you an idea, so what I do is, this is Ecophone. There's so many apps up there that uses Twitter. He's using Hootsuite, but for the sake of presentation, I'll use Ecophone because it's simpler to see. At SG.
So if you're on Twitter, you might just chip in a few tweets.
Yeah. So this is happening live.
Yeah.
So right now, my friend is tweeting via @SG, and so these are all the things that's been happening for the past 5 minutes, I guess. 12 minutes ago, started talking. But one thing that happened yesterday is I tried to have my friends from edchat come in and give a shout out. Where you're from, to at least give you all an idea the extent of Twitter. So let's find some. Let me go further. These are all Singaporeans, which is very nice. Okay, that means a lot of people are tweeting. Okay, the traffic is I think is the highest for edchat.
Should mention this.
Oh yes, for example, Cyberman, his name is Jerry something. Okay, we don't know people's real name. They are real people. Okay, they are not fake people. Okay, they are real. That's why Taksin is alive. So that's why we are alive. So anyway, he's from Florida, USA. He is one of the moderators for edchat. It started off as 3 people, and suddenly it now became thousands. Hopefully, we can do that in Singapore. Hopefully, we have one from Costa Rica somewhere.
All over the place.
All over the place. All over the place. Let me see. Okay, good thing is all Singaporeans are tweeting, which is nice. Tom Whitby is another one of them. So he's one of the pioneers of edchat. Okay, he and this other lady. Okay, it's just so Philadelphia. We have Carl Space is another person. I mean, they are all American. Not to say that they are dominating. I mean, they are obviously dominating it because Twitter is American. But we can see a lot more Spanish-speaking people using Twitter. We don't even know their hashtag, but they are topping the trend all the time. If you want to know, one of the top Twitters in the world, America, and then Brazil, and the third one is Indonesia. If you are, it's very popular in Indonesia, and they have a movie about Twitter. Twitter love. Okay, sorry. Justin Race is there. He is one of our good friends. Okay, let's just do a bit more. Okay, from Kobe, Japan, Hudson Valley, New York. And these are all our Twitter edchat.
That's our PLN.
Our PLN, yes. That's our
Personal
topic. We forgot to talk about topic.
Yeah, our topic.
Our topic is PLN. Creating PLN with Twitter. Personal Learning Network with Twitter. So we have our PLCs in schools, and we also have what? EduShare, and we have EduMall, all these things, which is amazing because we can share close stuff. I mean, some things you don't have to tell the whole world.
So
I mean, but when we are talking about ourselves as a teacher, as a personal thing.
Yeah, I would say the platforms given to us mostly top down. This is
Bottom up. So, like I said, it's teachers for teachers and by teachers, Hong Kong and things like that. Okay, you can just check it out. And how, I think time doesn't allow us, but how you use Twitter, you can always ask me or him. On Tuesdays, I think we will start manning the booth, the @SG booth, and start moderating the tweets. Try not to tweet nonsense stuff, please, because sometimes kids follow me as well. So some of them want to become teachers because, wow, so exciting to tweet. Okay lah, I mean, they're fantasies, which is good. Okay, so that I think is about it. Actually, we want to have more time for you all to ask questions on this live chat. It's supposed to be streaming, but because, like I said, due to time constraints, we are live, yes, hello. So basically everyone, basically what we wanted initially was just to show this, and we don't have any slides. Just wanted to show this, but for the sake of clarity, we have slides and things like that.
you can sell your koyok for your ICT.
Yes, sell koyok. Oh, okay. So is there any questions about how we use Twitter? I mean, some people are quite apprehensive about using it. For us, we are sticking it in. We are like, try to use, because the kids are flying away with it. They are running away with it, and teachers got no idea. Teachers got no idea what's happening. And when that thing hit, luckily it didn't go public. We didn't go to the Straits Times or what, and it's quite disparaging. So we have to be careful. Right. Any questions? Okay, maybe you have anything after this? Anything you want to share?
I will see you on Twitter next Tuesday, 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
What's on Channel 5 then?
I don't know.
Don't watch.
Tuesdays is soccer. So I'm supporting Singapore also.
The news.
The news. Decided that, or
after that is news.
Yeah. So Alliance 12 maybe. And I'm going to present at ICTLT, International Conference for Learning and Teaching with Technology. It's in end of March. I'm going to present Lead Teach Tweet, Teachers as Leaders Online in 140 characters or less. Basically, I'm just going to tell you, present all the things I've said today and a bit more, because Twitter has been changing over and over. Like for every month, there's something new. Every month, something new. I have to change my slides like thousands of times. So hopefully, you'll join me then. I'll tweet the details later. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay,
Thanks, Hisham.
Thank you.
And,